5, 4,
3,
10.
Uno.
Hey, Paulie here on the Latino Slant. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to a very special edition of Latino Slant Live. Oh man, this is gonna be interesting. So let me preface this, and please take the link, have people let people know that we're doing this this little live debate, and you know that'll be wonderful. Hit the like. So it seems nowadays when you like something that's universally disliked, you better come knowing what you're talking. um from the Matrix to the Book of Boba Fett, I have gotten a lot of heat for liking these these movies and the TV show. But it is what it is, right? And that's why we can get together. We're passionate about the stuff that we like, and equally, if not more, passionate about the stuff that we don't like, which can lead to some great conversations as long as we keep it civil, right? Keep it civil. Who in the chat has seen the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett called Stranger in a Strange Land, which I think is an incredible title in regards to what Boba Fett goes through in this first episode. Who's seen it? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. Don't hold back. Don't hold back. Keep it civil, but let me know what you guys think. And low spec Linux laptop 1. What does that mean, brother? Are we going 1 to 10? Okay, 1 to 10. Go for it. Let's say hello to some people that are here before I bring in my special guest, and we can really start getting into it. 32 flavors of Nick Weiser. Well, this should be good. Yes, it's going to be good. 6. Hey, 6. Ooh, what are we doing? Rubbing hands together gleefully. Yeah, we are doing a special little live. And I actually think I'm going to do this in, going forward with the Book of Boba Fett every morning after. I'm not going to do the midnight thing that I did the other night. That took it out of me, man. I'm 51, man. It took me almost like 2 days to recover my sleep. Man, I was a mess last night. Mr. MH, hail, brother Paulie. Good to see you. Hope you're well, sir. I'm well. Good to see you here. Thank you for being here. Omar, yo la vi. Yeah, entonces, explícanos. Haven't seen it yet. I've seen it. Mikiito. Please let us know. And also, too, what's really cool, I have a lot of great videos on all aspects of the production of Book of Boba Fett, from Raul Rodriguez to the music of, which we'll talk about as well. Destiny Captain. Hey, hola, ¿cómo estás? It was okay. I was underwhelmed. But I was initially harsh on it. I was expecting to have my mind blown, like the season finale of season 2 of The Mandalorian did. Well, 6, I know. And we all had big expectations I did, for Book of Boba Fett. And I will say that I was expecting like a big cameo and or some big mind-blowing event, which did not happen. But it doesn't mean that it was not a great episode for me. And upon seeing it again, I've seen it now twice, and I've just seen a little bit of bits and pieces of it. I love the episode. I absolutely love it. But I know that a lot of people don't. And that's all right. So I don't want to keep on talking about, oh, how much I loved and all this stuff. I want to get into it and get a little debate going here. We have from Midnight's Edge Espanol, Pablito.
Hey, how are you, man?
You tell me.
Ah, man, Boba Fett is back. Kinda, not really, but they tried.
Boba Fett is back. Kinda, not really. I like that. Yeah. Kinda, but not really.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. So you saw it. How many times have you seen it? Was once enough for you?
I see it once. I saw the Sarlacc pit exit like 3 times now, and I
Mm-hmm.
have seen bits and pieces of the rest of the episode, including the fight on the street and everything, a couple
Yeah.
of times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I wanted to be sure what I was seeing, so
Yeah.
kinda
Okay.
weird.
Kind of weird. Okay. Kind of was. Well, what we did for you guys in the chat, we put together 5 points of contention.
Mhm.
And I want to let Pablo start first, and then I'm going to give my 5 points of things that I liked about it. If we can, put it like that. But please share the link, let people know we're here. Before we start, Pablo, let's one more time read some of the chat, and then we'll get into it. Sounds good?
Okay.
And thanks for being here, bro.
Yeah, no
Uh
worries.
Eric Runge Madsen, the Max Rebo band's mariachi phase was awesome. All right. 6, I love that it made it to the screen. Thank goodness it wasn't Ray, Poe, or Kylo. Well, yeah. I mean,
Yep.
yeah. You want to read this one for me?
Omar Santiago, esperaré al menos al tercer episodio para dar una opinión.
Mm.
Odio las secuelas y tengo una colección de Fed por el momento un 7. He's giving it a 7 because he has an
Mhm.
actual collection of Boba Fett. Hey, me too.
Yeah.
You can see my Boba Fett right there, and
Mhm.
there's toys there, and there's a puzzle that I have. One day I will hang on the wall. You
Mhm.
can see my Star Wars collection
Mhm. Yep.
right after the Black Series figures where the
Mhm.
books are.
Mhm.
There's a
No, we can see
puzzle
him.
of Boba Fett
Yep.
that I have to assemble one day, maybe. And I
Yeah.
haven't been opening the figures. I got Luke Skywalker with Yoda, and I didn't open it because I didn't feel like it.
Mhm.
That's what
Mhm.
Disney has done for me. So,
Well, I can't believe I don't have a Boba Fett in my collection.
hey,
I
me
got
neither.
I got the Han Solo um in carbonite. That's pretty amazing. But that one's kind of in there. Okay, and Destiny Captain. Did anyone else come to liking Boba Fett through the mail away figure from 7980? That was a character that most of his kids from the time built a mystique around because he wasn't seen on film.
Mhm.
Correct. And I had that. I had gotten that in the mail, and I haven't had my collection, my old original collection, since I was a teenager. But yeah, Destiny, there was a lot of mystery around because he it was the figure before the movie.
Mhm.
So yeah, good
There's
one.
a curiosity with Boba Fett. He
Mm-hmm.
was in a fair before being on the screen and everything. They
Mm-hmm.
needed a character from Star Wars to be on this fair, on this country fair. So
Yeah.
they got Boba Fett in there with the whole costume and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody knew who he was, so he actually signed his name on the actor's name on the things that he autographed because he didn't even knew the name of the character. Also, I think that's the same fair where they said that Vader was Luke Skywalker's father
Mm.
because they actually went on a fair and say it before even finishing filming
Mm-hmm.
episode 5. So yeah, in part
Mm-hmm.
they knew and they told everybody. They just didn't thought about it.
Yeah. Um. Oh, wait a minute. Mikilito says, I thought it was completely inaccessible if you didn't know anything about Star Wars. It didn't hold a candle to episode 1 of The Mandalorian. Okay.
Yep,
Mr.
I can see that.
Mr. MH thought of you, Polly, when they walked into the cantina and they played Mexican themed Spanish influenced music. So Robert Rodriguez, yes, and we're gonna get into that as well. Cool, and Pete DeCant is here. Jacob Ironside, hey, what's up, buddy? Omar,
Ye-
Pete, I enjoy the Boba show. Left me wanting more, so it could have been. So it must have been cool. Okay, all right. These are great comments, guys. Great comments. Let's read a couple more and let people know that we are here. Hey guys, I watched the show. It seemed okay, just not perfect, but was disappointed about what Stephanie responded to me and others. Oh, about okay. Um, yeah, Mr. Dragon. Listen, obviously, I'm not going to speak for anyone else, but here on the channel, and I've been called all kinds of names for liking, quote unquote woke stuff. So, we get a little passionate, on all sides.
Mhm.
So everyone, go to your corners and be respectful of others' opinions. And if you can't, then I say, you know, don't comment. But that's it. But I hear you, Mr. Dragon. My brother wouldn't let me use the Boba Fett figure coupon out of his comic. I still have the coupon in the comic. Oh
Oh,
wow!
nice.
Oh,
Actually, the coupon might be worth more than the
right.
figure.
Can you take a picture and send that to me on Twitter, Pete? That would be amazing. Or email. I don't know which one is easier for me. I would love to see that. God, it's been forever. And Eric, slow burn, solid acting, great score, solid 3 out of 4 stars. This show has potential. I thought the first episode was better than the first episode of The Mandalorian. So outlook is good. And it's all about opinions, bro.
Mhm.
Like just people's tastes, and it's interesting, right? Um, the Seaman, the episode one felt like a prelude, not a part of the main story. Okay. Destiny, there any Morai culture laced into the character and show?
No.
No, no, no. Just besides him being a Morai actor, being of Morai descent. Howdy. All right.
Ye-
Let's get into this. And if you feel kindly, please send us a super chat via PayPal directly, or if you can't, whatever it is to support, we love it. Okay, what is your first point of contention with what you saw? Episode 1, Stranger in a Strange Land.
Everything Sarlacc. Just everything Sarlacc. From, let's just say it, there's no way Boba Fett can chew through the Sarlacc using a flamethrower. Let alone that the Reese flamethrower has a limited amount of fuel, that heat don't really harm the Sarlacc. Also, the skin, the exterior of the Sarlacc, can withstand fire from a ship, can withstand
Mm-hmm.
thermal detonators. Actually, Boba Fett on the comics had a lot of trouble getting out of the Sarlacc using thermal detonators. It can withstand a lightsaber. So being just born was kind of, I cannot see that happening. I cannot
Mm-hmm.
see that as a solution. Also, did Boba Fett like the Sarlacc? Tatooine fried Sarlacc, because after he went out of the Jawas take the armor and everything, he has a
Mm-hmm.
belly. So he gained like 20 pounds just escaping the Sarlacc.
Oh my god. Too
There's
funny.
that will be my first. By the way, this version of the Sarlacc I hate. I like more the original version of the Sarlacc. The special editions give it this peak and everything, and it's like, no, the Sarlacc was like, sorry if this sounds ugly, but if you see the design of the Sarlacc on episode 6,
Mm-hmm.
is a vagina.
Yeah, this is a special edition, right? This is
Yeah,
from the right.
they added the
I just
peak and
grabbed this
everything.
image really quick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's literally, you can see all the parts and everything of that female body part on the screen when Luke Skywalker is on the plank and he's about to jump. You can
Mm-hmm.
see all the exterior, and it's just that. And that was the joke. That was the intention of that design. So I don't see why they change it on the special edition. They missed the joke, I guess. Also,
Well,
if the Sarlacc still has the peak, there's no way that in the interior of the Sarlacc, Boba Fett will have that much light, because if you see
mhm.
the shot, there's a lot of light coming from the outside, from up. But if there's the peak, there should not be any light entering the Sarlacc. So they
But didn't he
should
have to
have
turn on his
done.
light to look?
Yeah, no, there's a lot of light coming from up. So
Well,
the Sarlacc should
okay, all
not
right.
have the
I'm
peak,
gonna let you
because
finish, and then I wanna
just
retort.
if the way the light was entering, it should
Mhm.
have been the old design, not the new design from the special editions, because the old design was just a hole with a lot of teeth. So that will allow light. The peak will not allow light to get in. So just that.
Right. Okay. Well, I think the whole mystery around how Boba Fett survived. If you didn't read into the anything as far as the comics of the EU, because he got helped, right, in the comics or the EU, I can't
No,
remember.
he gets through using thermal detonators. Then he's on the ground. Jawas not. They don't take the armor. They take Boba Fett into the crawler, and then the
Mhm.
crawler falls back into the Sarlacc.
Right, but didn't another bounty hunter come and look for him?
Yeah, there was another
Hmm.
version of the escape, but the
Right.
original escape is that
Okay.
is basically.
So,
Mhm.
okay. So whatever it is, right? A lot of us did not. Here, let me fix that picture a little bit. All right, it's good. A lot of us didn't read or go into the EU until much
Mhm.
later, or maybe it haven't at all, right? We're just going off of the films. A lot of mystery around the Sarlacc pit. How did he escape? And now, of course, with him showing up in Mandalorian, it's like, how did it happen?
Mhm.
Um, I gotta say, on your point of contention, it the thing with the lighting that doesn't bother me, because we got to see who what we're watching.
Mhm.
There's just that's you might as well say, well, nothing shot at night should have any light because it's dark. But they
Yeah,
do lighting. No,
that was
I'm
not a
just
point of contention. It's just like the design should be the old one for the Sarlacc. They should not be using the newer
no.
version.
You
And
have a
if you see
lot
the
of
shot, they.
no. Listen, you have a lot of points you brought up with the Sarlacc,
Mhm.
right? I'm just saying the lighting one issue was not one for
Yeah,
me.
I get it.
Um, after he gets freed in the pit, how does he get because
He
it's kind
gets
of like
from
the
a
zombie
side.
hand that comes out.
Yeah.
You're saying he ate his way through, but his helmet is on. I, listen, I had to just suspend disbelief there. It doesn't bother me, bro. It doesn't bother. It moves the action along. um when we first see him in the guts, I thought that was super cool, right? He
Yeah.
in how he gets out, because he's got time against him, because he's literally,
Mhm.
he can't breathe. Maybe he's feeling that this guy, the Sarlacc, is starting to eat him. My
And the
thing is
stormtrooper
that,
there, everything that was good.
right, my thing was that once he went into the pit at the end of in Return of the Jedi,
Mhm.
wouldn't the Sarlacc have like done like a little chompy on him, and then just to make sure he's dead?
On the original version, no, there's just a small contraction on the exterior wall of the Sarlacc. Should be
Right.
the interior wall
Okay.
and nothing else. So it's just
All
like,
right.
and there's a burp. It's like, "Brr."
Okay, so there's a little burp. When you're burping, though, that means you've like kind of like you've eaten something, you've broken it down its contents, you swallowed it,
Mhm.
an air pocket got in when you swallowed it, and you burp. So that to me would have said Boba should have been instantly killed, then digested over 1,000 years. But
Mm, no.
let's just suspend disbelief, right?
Okay.
I thought it was cool, and I like that Rodriguez answered it right away. It was like, boom,
Oh
let's
yeah.
get into this, you know. So um I thought him coming out of the sand was hilarious and campy, but it's, the whole setup is kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Um I also loved that they showed the barge, the destroyed barge in the background. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, that actually was. The amount of detail in the scene was
Mhm.
great on the visuals.
Mhm.
Just he climbing out of the sarlacc, I can see that chewing through it and then crawling to the sand and getting on the side without any kind of way of perforing the exterior wall of the sarlacc. That's something that I don't see. The part where he actually gets his hand out and everything, the shot is good, and you can see the old design of the sarlacc. There's no peak. You can
Mhm.
see, Jabba's ship is just completely destroyed, and you can see everything on the sand. You can
Mhm.
see even the small ships that were there. They are on the sand. They are destroyed there. So that detail was great. The detail of him, I don't know how he got out of the sarlacc. That's all. The composition of the scene was great.
Yeah,
How
but you're saying that
the
you had a problem with it.
Yeah,
I don't think there's to me. It's not a problem at all. I think you just got to suspend some disbelief a little bit more. Was it convenient that the stormtrooper was there and he
I
pulls his?
like that.
I liked
That
it.
part I like it. The thing is that the skin of the sarlacc, if he's going through the side of the
Mm-hmm.
sarlacc, he needs to open the sarlacc, and that skin can withstand a lightsaber. So I cannot see him using fire
Mm-hmm.
to shoot through that. So I can see him going up. I cannot see him going to the side. That's my issue. They didn't explore how he
Yeah.
destroyed the sarlacc wall.
Mr. Dragon says, I actually thought Boba was going to come out in slime, if you know what I mean. But coming out of the sand was interesting. Yeah, coming out of the sand was more like it looked like a zombie coming out of the grave, in a cemetery. I thought that was kind of cool. I
Yeah.
think coming out and through the actual middle of the slimy pit, that would have been kind of cool. Like to see him, like, black. Now, you said he used thermal detonators to get out?
Yeah, on the comics, he uses thermal detonators and he actually breaks the Sarlacc.
How did he survive all those thermal detonators? Close contact, close to, because that's a close contact, no?
Not really. The
Mm-hmm.
explanation is that the Sarlacc can withstand a lot of explosives. So, yeah, in the comics, it was like this wonderful, incredible moment when he gets to open the Sarlacc, open a way out of the Sarlacc. Then
Yeah.
somehow the Sarlacc is still. Look, in the comics, he's not perfect. The Sarlacc is still alive. He gets into the crawler, and the crawler falls back into the Sarlacc. So
Okay.
he's, he's
Hey,
not
no,
perfect,
listen.
but
Right. All right. What's your next point of contention?
my next point of contention will be. I think it will be the fight on the street, to be honest, because there's some things that I didn't think were great. For example, if there's an energy shield, it should be searing the skin of people, so he
Mm-hmm.
gets a direct hit in the face with a shield, and there's no damage there.
Mm-hmm.
But that is an energy shield, is basically a plasma wall, so that should
Mm-hmm.
have an effect on skin on any material, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they throw a thermal detonator on the middle of the shields. It explodes, and somehow Fennec and Boba Fett are just intact after that. And I'm like, really?
Okay, so the street fight between thugs, and we don't know who those thugs are from. Maybe the mayor,
Yeah.
maybe another gang.
Mhm.
I'm thinking there might be connection with the gang from the past that did the gang signs on these kind of like that desert farm.
Crimson Dawn.
Was it Crimson
Crimson
Dawn
Dawn.
that did that?
Yeah, I think
Do you
that.
think so? I thought that was cool, and then they killed the guy was trying to come out of the home and they killed the guy. Let me see. But but you had a problem with the fighting here. Let's see.
Yeah, the choreography on the punches and everything was great. Ming Na Wen
Mm-hmm.
was great on that scene.
Mm-hmm.
But then they have an explosive blow up on their face. They have all this stuff happening, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Boba
you don't
Fett.
see any damage.
Oh, sorry.
At the end, he's like, "Take me to the Bata pod," because Bata tanks are no longer Bata tanks. But anyway, and he's supposed to be injured. But if you see, he has a cut, and that's all. But he had a thermal detonator blew on his face without the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
How?
Mm-hmm.
Just how? That's the part that I don't understand. And is
Mm-hmm.
maybe this is more a Rodriguez stuff than a Star Wars stuff, because Rodriguez kind of have that. If you have
Mm-hmm.
seen Desperado, there's a lot of explosions near the characters that don't harm them, and they are in the middle of the street firing a bazooka in a in a guitar case, and
Mm-hmm.
nobody shoots them, even though they are in the middle of the street, out of cover, and nobody gets them. So that's more a Rodriguez style mistake, or not
Hmm.
a mistake, an stylistic choice, but this is something that in Star Wars you see the consequences of that kind of stuff. And Luke Skywalker, for example, after he gets cut on Hoth, he has bruises and everything, and the explanation was that, but actually Hamill was in an accident before that, so he had
Right.
all those scars.
He
So they
he'd been
had a way
deformed
to,
a little bit, his face.
yeah.
Right.
So they had a way to introduce that on the movie, and also when you see the fight with Vader and everything, you start to see the bruises and the blood and how he deteriorates. So
Uh-huh.
in the end, when he is in the shaft about to jump, you can see him really, really hurt.
Uh-huh.
So
If you're
there's
just joining us,
consequences on fighting.
guys, sorry, if you're just joining us, guys, I'm here with Pablo of Midnight's Edge Espanol. Make sure you're subscribed to Midnight's Edge Espanol, and myself, and we are going down his 5 points of contention with the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. One was the Sarlacc pit. I think he's
Mhm.
wrong. Two was the fight in the street. I see your point. I've seen a couple other people's points. Um, I actually just see a slowed down Boba, like he's not quick. You know, and I don't know if that has to do with him being sick and he's in the tank and then he's got to get back to the tank because he's a clone. You know, what is going on there? And are they doing this on purpose? I want to
He's a
know. Hold on. I
he's a
want to
perfect
know
clone.
what's that?
He's a perfect clone. He has no modifications or deterioration. Normally on the clones
Yeah,
you will have
but
an
I want to see what
accelerated
they're
growth.
gonna. I want to see like, okay, but there's definitely something wrong in.
Yes,
That's what I'm
there
saying,
is.
right? So again, the Rodriguez style and forgiving like the blast and all that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. It's fun. And then Ming Na takes it to the next level when she chases them on the rooftop.
Yeah,
To
that was
me, was
great.
like that was like the fight in the street was actually the beginning of the better fight on the rooftops. And Boba even blowing one up when that was trying to climb the wall. That was great. You know, then the Gamorrean bodyguards coming in and helping out, saving the day a little bit. I didn't have a problem with that. I mean, you had a problem with the guards.
I had the problem with there's no real consequences of anything happening on the show. Like
Mhm.
they literally throw a thermal detonator to the feet of Boba Fett that should just blast him, obliterate it, make him vapor, and instead he's he's all right. How?
I
His armor
mean,
is Durasteel, is not Beskar. He's
mhm.
wearing a lot of cloth layers, but not
It's a lot of
enough to
cloth.
withstand a
Well, that's how
blast
he
from a
gets hurt
thermal
on the
detonator.
side. Is
Yeah,
they stab him on his
yeah.
side, and that's why he's got to go back to the tank. Um, so yeah, I mean it bothers me because I want to know why he's so jacked up physically, and I think we're gonna get an answer in within these 7 episodes. You know, um, cool. 25 people here. Make sure you hit the like, comment. If you have a question and we miss it, I'm going to try to get to the chat. We're here with Pablo. 5 points the good, the bad, and the fail. Fail means dirty. We're just having fun with breaking this down. This first episode called "Stranger in a Strange Land." What is your third point of contention, sir?
I will say it directly. I was into the Mandalorian's music because it feels like, those dubstepy instruments that they were using feels like the engine of a ship or things like that. And I can see in space they adopting different kinds of
Mm-hmm.
electrical instruments making the music, right?
Yeah.
So I can see that. What I didn't like is the mariachi version of the Jizz Wailers, because jizz is not jazz. Jizz is a different kind of music, has a
Jazz.
different structure, and is supposed to be music in space. It doesn't follow the logic of Earth. It follows its own logic because it's jizz. Then you have this mariachi
You're saying
version, and
jazz?
it's too earthly.
Well, I'm sorry. Are you saying? I want to just make sure you're
Oh,
saying
the
jazz.
music
Correct?
on Star Wars is called Jizz, and the players are called Jizz Wailers.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. In the Star Wars universe.
Yeah,
Right.
it's called Jizz.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it sounds dirty, but what can you do?
Listen.
They are
Go.
Jizz
Keep
Wailers.
going, because I'm gonna tear you apart on this one. Come on, keep going.
Okay, it feels too early. I love the song. I love the version of the song. I don't see it being on Star Wars as something that they are hearing on the Cantina or they are hearing there, because it's too earthly to be otherworldly. You know what I mean? It's like I don't feel that disconnection that I should have. Like, this is not something that I will hear here, but it is something that I will hear in my.
So this is this number 4 or number 3? This is number 3.
This will be number 3.
This is number 3. Pablo has a problem with the new cover of the Cantina song, which I think
Not with the cover, with it being part of that universe.
I know what
it
you're
should
saying,
be
bro.
something that you.
Bro, let me finish. Let me finish. You have a problem with the Cantina song being redone in this version of in Book of Boba Fett, which I think you're absolutely wrong. I mean, let me see here. I actually think a lot of people who don't like the show, like Culture and some other people that are in the chat, and thank you to all the people here, they actually loved this song and they loved this moment. But let's go back to what you said. The original Cantina song by John Williams, it's a play off of jazz music, right? Yeah. Off of 40s swing and jazz, which is an American form of music. So I don't know what you're talking about, right? That's always been in the Star Wars universe. So you're completely off base there, dude. Right? All Rodriguez is doing is he's chingonize. He's Rodriguez in the song. And what that moment did, like it did for us in Star Wars original, it gave us a connection to a little bit of levity and fun in a dark place, which was Mos Eisley and the Cantina and all the dirty dudes that are there. Let me finish. It reconnected me when they walked in, that song and how they did it to that feeling. I thought it was brilliant too that they made it. And I want to say this is not a mariachi song. Your genre's all over the place, man. So you're wrong. It is a sleepy flamenco Texican style kind of border town song. It's not a norteño, it's not a mariachi. Just because you're not Mexican, so I'm gonna forgive you.
You know what it reminds me of? And this is why I have a problem with it. It reminds me of the songs on the special editions, on the 96 special editions of Star Wars, especially the one on Return of the Jedi. It's like that didn't feel like Star Wars on those versions of the movie. Because it... No, I mean on episode 6 on Return of the Jedi on Jabba's Palace, when they have
we talked about
whole...
that, the funky numbers. It was horrible.
Yeah, I didn't like
that's
those
not this
either.
dude. This is very much in the background. This was chill, right? Even you know.
It's still too earth. I
Okay, all
like
right.
the
Hold
song.
on,
As I
hold
said,
on,
I
hold on.
like it. Mhm.
You know what? You're wrong. You're wrong. But
Okay.
we're gonna play the music right now, and I want people who haven't seen it or whoever. I want you to chime in. What did you think of this rendition performed by Rodriguez and Del Castillo, which I think is sick. And you're wrong.
The song is good.
It belongs in the cantina. Okay, here we go. Let's play a little bit of it.
Punch it, Chewy.
So, all right, there you have it.
Mhm.
Oh, what did I do? Jesus.
It feels
Sorry.
like the songs that I drink with. That's my issue.
They're in a cantina. That's what they
But
fucking
they are
play. It's
in a
drinking
cantina on
music,
space,
dude.
not here, not in Ecuador, not in Mexico. They are in
What do you think they
space.
played in? What do you think they played in Star Wars Cantina? Dun, 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 dun. I mean, how stupid was that? But I loved it.
I love it because it doesn't feel like Earth. It feels like something on an
It's a
alien
jazz
planet.
song. It's a swing. It's derivative
but
of
it feels
ragtime.
like
It's derivative
alien
modern.
jazz.
It's modern time music, dude. It doesn't matter. It's a modern time beat. All right. It's all mathematics, right? That's math. Just because it's a little more, connected to a culture that's not American. You're like, oh, I don't like it for this. I like the song, but I don't like it for this. You're off base, dude. You're
Earth
off.
is not canon in Star Wars.
You're off. Sorry, I said the F word. I'm sorry.
It's just
What do you guys
Earth
think in the
is not
chat?
canon.
What do you guys think in the chat about this? All right, here we go. What do you guys think in the chat? Yeah, Pablo, I love you, but you're out. I love that Cantina song. Wait, who's Paco?
I'm not saying the Cantina
Who's
song is
Paco?
bad.
Wait, who's
Okay,
Paco?
let me be clear in this. I don't dislike the version of the
Sounds
song.
something
This
like
is
belongs
something.
in the mariachi. It's
Yeah.
okay. It sounds like it, but it's a Latin rhythm, right? No matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a cumbia.
Intentionally
It's not
was off beat.
guys. A mariachi doesn't go side to side, right? A mariachi. I don't want to break down the music. The point is, it's a great song.
I'm not saying that the song is bad. Okay, I'm not saying that the song is bad. I'm saying that I don't see it being played on Star Wars.
Well, it's played
If
in the
I
Star
hear
Wars,
that
dude.
here on a bar, I will
dude,
jam to it. But it was not a cantina on Ecuador. It was not a cantina on Mexico. It was a cantina on Tatooine.
Okay, it belongs in a museum. Guys, I want to know what you think of the song when in the your point of contention is that it doesn't belong. It totally belongs in the cantina. I also think the way the cantina was structured with the exotic look, that the music was well done for the show. Yes. All right, everyone's against you, dude, on this one.
I still holding my.
Hey,
Look,
you know what? And that's good. That's good.
the
All right.
song might be good.
All right.
It doesn't mean if you make a really nice San Juanito, I don't see it playing on Star Wars. This was offbeat, was different, was not jazz exactly, had a lot of different
Well, there you go. Look
modifications.
at there's you have someone who agrees with you. You happy? You happy?
Yeah, I'm always happy.
Oh. Okay. All right. Number 4. What do you got? What else you got? And that song is called Cantina Latina or Latina Cantina. I thought that was great. I thought that was very, very creative. Very creative on something that's familiar from our past with Star Wars. I love that. And I think Rodriguez did that all over this show. Okay, go on. What is your fourth?
Then
fourth
the design
we're at number
for-
4, guys. All right.
Yeah.
His number 1, he had the problem with the Sarlacc pit.
Mhm.
He had problem. Number 2, you had problems with the fighting, which you're wrong. You're actually wrong on all these. But number 3, the
Okay.
music. Number 4 is what?
The design of the monster at the end. I thought it was not Star Wars C, if you get what I mean. It just didn't feel like in the universe. And that's something that I
Mm-hmm.
can say on a lot of things on this series. It doesn't feel Star Wars. I like the aesthetic. I don't like it as a Star Wars because
Mm-hmm.
I'm accustomed to a kind of design on Star Wars. I'm accustomed to the Rancor. I'm accustomed to the dogs from the Sand People. You know, they have a
Mm-hmm.
different kind of aesthetic, more alien, more. This was from classic cinema from Earth, and I like that aesthetic. I just don't like it again on Star Wars. I think like they missed the point on the creature, on the design of the creature. They could have done something better without the gills on the head and everything, and it
Mm-hmm.
will. The scene was good. The design was bad. That's my contention. The creature didn't look like a Star Wars. Didn't feel
Mm-hmm.
like the Mythosaur, like all these creatures that we have seen on Star Wars before. It felt like
Mm-hmm.
something from another movie, maybe a good movie, but another movie.
Mm-hmm.
Also, they tried to do something like it felt like the chess pieces, but it was not in the chess pieces. So I kinda get the reference. I kinda get they tried to do something stop motiony.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't connect with it.
Okay. Well, I'm seeing here a pattern of you liking it, these elements, but not liking it in a Star Wars story.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, you're wrong, but that's okay.
Okay.
It's good to be wrong. It's good to be wrong. I have to. Oh wait, hold on. Let me pull this up. And what did you guys think in the chat? What did you think of this monster? Of this monster? Let's put this image up. Can you guys see it? Why Anakin hated Tatooine? That's funny. Okay, what do you guys think of this? Here's what I think. I thought of all the bold moves in this first episode. This was like the one out of left field for me. I was not expecting this. You know, I kind of cringed when the little who was it? What's his name? A road was it a Rodan? What's the guy's?
No, it was a Sand people, so it was a Toscan child.
No. Who was
Oh, the
scraping?
Rodian,
Right.
the other captive.
So when he was
Oh,
when
digging
he
and
was
he
kind of
found
like
yeah.
pulling away the sand, and I was like, oh no, please don't be a dinosaur. Please don't. You know,
It was a
um,
dinosaur.
it's not a dinosaur like a dinosaur that I think of Jurassic Park. Anyways, I thought this was incredible. It completely took me out. I was like, what the hell? And I loved how Rodriguez was showing one arm coming out of the sand, then the other arm coming out of the sand, then the other one. It was great. It was great. And it reminded me of a few things, right? It's the filmmaker and Filoni and all those guys paying homage to like the old school Harryhausen animals,
Mhm.
creatures. And then also too, this reminded me a lot of the look and the fight in Attack of the Clones, but with less CGI, or it was just like better CGI. I don't know if I can explain that word, with that, if that makes sense.
That's the thing. Those creatures on Attack of the Clones were really Star Warsy, from the tusk and everything, and the horn, and you had that kind of mantis creature. They felt like really, really alien. It didn't feel like something from mythology.
This
It
to
felt
me,
like
this to me felt indigenous to the planet. I thought it was great. it was nasty. It was rough. It wasn't colorful. It was part of the
Mm,
it was part of the landscape of where he was just chilling, sleeping in the damn sand. It was great. I loved it.
I didn't, to be honest. There was a part of the fight that really like it with Boba Fett strangling the creature and everything. That
Hmm.
felt like a Boba Fett move. That felt like
Well,
something
that
that
was
a
yeah,
dirty fighter will do.
and that we'll get to to what I liked about it, but that was the highlight of the episode for me. Uh, so yeah, grants a wish. um, Soul Assassin, to me, it felt like it belonged in another planet and franchise.
Exactly.
Well, guys, we can't have the same regurgitated stuff. Where as a creator, as a filmmaker, as a creative team, where do you uh, give us something new and different? It would be in these monsters. Okay,
Uh,
it would
even as
be
a
in this.
biologist,
It would be in the story, and then of course, what's the most important is the storytelling. But you know, we can't have the same stuff. And if you're expecting to be 100% pulled from the EU or from whatever legends, that's not going to happen. They're going to pick and choose. Here, they took creative license and they came up with something new for us. And you're just connecting to something from like, Greek mythology. And I get it. I get it. What do you guys
look,
think? What do you guys think in the opinion? No, that's a good. What do you guys think? That's great. That's great.
this is just this. I'm a biologist, so
Hmm.
I see the patterns on creatures on Earth,
Hmm.
and they are really different. There are some creatures that are completely different, but there's a basis to life on Earth, right? So in this
Hmm.
galaxy, they have shown us some of the creatures. And from that, you can extrapolate a lot of what's going on the galaxy, what kind of behavior they have, what kind of appearance they have.
Hmm.
This didn't fit.
Six wants to know: did you give Pablo give his rating of the episode? Rated from scale of 1 to 4 that night. What did I give it? Six to? I'm trying to remember. Was it 3.5?
1 to 10, I will give it a 6.
Okay, so that's like a
Is
2.5.
decent enough, is watchable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, in Soul,
5
it's a good
is
opinion, but we're
worse.
we're 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 arguing our
Mhm.
opinions today. That's all. And
Yeah.
look, Creature was not new and different. Seemed like it was a regurgitation of Clash of the Titans. So what's wrong
Also,
with that? What's wrong with that? And it was a little different than that, and yet it was so Clash. I
was
I, I
it?
thought it was a good choice. I thought it was a good choice. You know?
It reminded me of Merman on He-Man.
Okay, so what's your fifth? And yeah, I know you have more problems with it, but what's your fifth problem? Your fifth point of contention?
I will say, in general, there was this feeling like they are trying to change Boba Fett.
Oh, real
You
fast.
know,
Come on, Pablo. Earth gave us a platypus. Still love you, dude.
yeah, it has hair like a mammal. It has a pig like beard. It has
Hmm.
basically the design is earthly. The
Hmm.
platypus, I mean, the design is earthly.
Hmm.
It's just not something common. It's part of
Hmm.
evolution. It's one of the ramifications of reptiles going to mammals.
Hmm.
Reptilians to mammals, there's a change there, and there's some things that had to happen. The platypus is just the middle point.
And if you haven't chimed in, please rate. Let's rate it 1 to 10. Uh, Episode 1 was called "Stranger in a Strange Land." 8.5 for JPRPH1. That would be that would be my score as well. And you gave it a 6. Yeah, give us your ratings right now, guys.
Yeah.
You know, I loved it. I loved it. And I loved how he killed it. I thought it was just great fight.
That was good.
It was a great
but
fight.
I was waiting for something more to happen. Maybe
Mm.
there was a point on the fight that I actually thought that Boba Fett was going to tear a piece of the creature apart, and he
Mm.
didn't. And that's a
Mm.
Boba Fett move. And that's the point. On the comics, on the EU, we had this Boba Fett that was a great warrior.
Mm-hmm.
He became the Mandalore on the
Mm-hmm.
planet
Mm-hmm.
Mandalore.
Mm-hmm.
He became the chief of all Mandalorians.
Sure.
He established a new way. So
I.
that part, he had a different style. He was a brute. He was a warrior. He
Mm-hmm.
didn't care about anything. Also, he was trained by Jango Fett, so he was merciless on killing. He knew how to get dirty. He knew when to get dirty. And I'm seeing him trying to be a pacifist and trying to gain respect and everything. And and there's other points like that Twilly didn't have the sharp teeth and
Oh, we didn't
everything. They
forget the
had a
whole teeth.
yeah, they had a Colgate
Okay, hold on,
smell
hold
and
on, hold on.
everything.
You just hold on. You just said something, and I need to respond, but really quickly, 5, 9, 5, 7.8, 7.8, 6.9 from 6, 6.5, B, 2.5 out of 5. We're doing 10, so I would say that's what is that 5 out
A
of 10
five.
culture? 5 out of 10, Mr. Dragon. These are good. These are good. 7.5. 7.5. So it seems that who's mostly here out of these people that they're saying it's a decent episode.
Yeah, it's watchable. That's a
Mhm.
5 is watchable. A 7 is really watchable. An 8
Mhm.
is good.
Okay, so
A 4 is
okay, so what you had
drop.
talked about as far as him becoming, ruling Mandalore, that may happen, but at the end of the day, this is a Disney Plus TV show. There's only
It
so
felt
much
like
that these
Disney.
guys, there's only so much that these guys can do, right? Like someone had said, and I hadn't realized this, is that that no matter what, Rodriguez is in a box. And I'm gonna give you guys that, and this isn't like a rated R film, or a PG-13. So, that's unfortunate. But I'm still hoping that this is just a solid first step into a great series. But it is on Disney Plus, so there's a lot that that they probably you know can't do
Mhm.
or even like venture down. Yeah. Culture said that last night, and I hadn't realized that. I was so good. I'm just so like I'm such a Rodriguez fan, and it makes sense. It makes sense. That being said, I still love this first episode. Mm, that's a great question. That's a great question. I, I mean, soon as you typed, as soon as I read this, I would think the 12-year-old and even younger would absolutely love this.
No, I would have hated it. As a kid, I
That's
would have so many questions.
okay. So, uh, answer this, guys. The 12-year-old us, what would you given it out of 10?
I think
What would you
I
given this
finally
out of? And someone said in Spanish too. It's like I can't give a full opinion yet because it's part of a 7-part,
Mhm.
bigger story. You know, I would be nitpicking as a kid. Yeah,
Yeah, I will have done that exactly. And this is I'm
10.
sensing
Our
that
Scipio would have given a 10. There you go.
I finally have something on my mind that I can say concrete.
Troy, hold on. Troy,
Mhm.
12-year-old Troy would totally have given it a 10. Max Rebo should have been given an eye patch, something. The drink. that would have been so sick. Yeah, maybe it's a cousin who's also a musician, man. I'd be out in the trees, climbing and watch TV. 12-year-old and me, 10. If I was 12,
I
this
would
came
have
out
been
well
with my
within
comics
8 or
like,
9.
This doesn't work.
I know, but listen, I'm asking the chat. I'm not asking. I already know what you
Yep.
think. I'm asking the chat, and everyone's saying that they would have given it high marks.
I think I'm
Not
finally
everyone.
clear on my idea,
Wait.
man.
No
Mhm.
no jetpack. I would have been pissed as a 12-year-old me.
Yep.
Well, he didn't use it yet. Again, this is the first episode. 3, if 3, they were fortunate. I wasn't 12. Okay, well, there's a couple that are with you. Okay. All right. Okay, so now let's move to. Did you have anything else? Any other point of contention, sir?
I think
Sir.
I can finally get my point as a whole. It feels like 20% different. It doesn't feel like a Star Wars. It feels like 20%, 25% different Star Wars. The designs on the toilet, they didn't have the teeth, they didn't have the round ears, they didn't have all these pieces of the creators on the Star Wars. The Sarlacc didn't feel like proper Sarlacc. Even they had a cameo from a Spot, Doc from Boston Dynamics, that the Boston Dynamics is really going ham on pushing that robot to people because it's the first commercial robot for a lot of applications on real world. So is that Doc robot that you saw running around on Tatooine? That is a nerd design, but they didn't change it enough. They make it like a Portal creature from the Portal video games. It felt like yeah, something that GLaDOS will do. So I'm seeing all these differences on design, and I'm feeling like this is 25% different Star Wars. It's like the Disney version of Star Wars that it is. It doesn't feel like real Star Wars. It feels like another property that is trying to plagiarize Star Wars.
Okay, so a lot of great comments in the chat. Keep it up, guys. I really appreciate it, and everyone's going off. Before I get into let me get into what I love. These are 5 things that I loved,
Mhm.
and it's the 2 leads, Tamora and Minya. I think I think that they continue what they have established in their chemistry in the Mandalorian, right off the bat, with from when they're taking in when people are coming to give them what's the word I'm looking for? What was the not praise, giving them money or whatever. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. I'm not a native English speaker.
So tribute. Thank you.
Oh, by the way, did you
Okay.
notice the word
No,
that
no,
they
no, no, no,
use
no,
for the
no, no,
chips?
no, bro.
Mhm.
The tributes, because you're gonna throw me off and I'm gonna forget.
No, it's about this.
Go ahead.
The word that they use for the chips on each one of the clans is daimyo. The daimyo was the feudal lord on Japan and was the one that actually collected the taxes, let's say, but not really taxes because there was a lot different tributes. And it was it was a Japanese structure on the government.
Okay,
Weird.
cool. All right, great. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about their chemistry
Oh.
of these characters. That even in the first scene, which was the tributes, there was a strange respect that Minya's trying to have, Fennec Chan's trying to have with Boba, and yet is saying like, we should do this. We should off this person.
She's
We should,
pushing.
she wants to be back to their old school cutthroat
Mhm.
ways. He's like, no. So I'm seeing that through line is going to get worse, and I think that's great for the story because it could, I think it's to go to start off storytelling wise in this first episode. I think it's really an interesting choice that they're making. The chemistry between these two is fantastic. Yeah, I want more of them. Yeah, that's really it. There's really no weak points when it comes to those two, as far as their acting and their banter with each other. I thought it was top notch, and then I'm not even talking about the action scenes. Whether it's like I'm
The
talking.
banter.
What do you have to say about that?
I like that chemistry. I really like it on The Mandalorian. I like it. So that's something that I was hoping to see here. And yeah, they might split. There might be a lot of conflict, internal conflict, but having them together and actually work as a team will be better on the end because they are two great actors. And if you can
Mhm.
have them for 2-3 seasons working together, they will get better. So that relationship between both of them, if they deteriorate it, it will be drama, but it will be meaningless drama because it will lose something that is special on the show.
Okay, great. The second thing I liked were the monsters. The dog, the pet dog was hilarious, but he looked great. Um, when Bobo was trying to cut his bonds off,
Mhm.
he was waking up. It's like, don't do it, don't do it.
Yeah, those are from episode 2, by the way.
Episode 2.
Attack of the Clones.
Yes,
When Anakin
yes,
goes to kill the Tuscan Raiders, he sees
you're
and he
right.
actually kills a
Yes,
couple.
you're right. So there's like a lot of Attack of the Clones in this. Great,
Yeah,
thanks for bringing that
but
up.
the female Tuscans had not the proper attire because they have these kind of scaly pieces and everything, and they have a special
Well, look
kind
at
of
no, no, you're
tocado.
talking about you're getting into the Tuscan. Talking about the monsters and Soul Assassin.
Mhm.
Obviously, not everyone likes these monsters because you guys were giving me shit for the Kraken monsters. All right, and um, not were the monsters were the monsters good in the sequel movies? I think these are memorable. I'm just saying, like I'm pointing things out. All right, Soul. So
Mhm.
take it easy on me, man. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm saying. What else? What else?
Hmm. I will say the original monsters. The design, even in the Sarlacc, they try to go with the original design and not the
Mm-hmm.
96 redesign. So
Mm-hmm.
I think they try to go there, but then the Centaur is the one that throws me completely off.
Okay, so the other thing I love was the song, which we argued over, and you're dead wrong. It is originally written by John Williams. It is performed this time by Rodriguez and Mark Del Castillo. The leads, the actors, are monsters. Um, the look, the look of the show so far is a Rodriguez Western, and I'm digging it. I want more of it. I too want more action as well. Um, I want more kind of like that Cantina, Mexican standoff type of stuff. Pablo.
Yeah, and more action. Sorry to say this, more realistic action. They need to have something that actually hurts them, something that actually makes them feel pain. Because if a
Mm-hmm.
thermal detonator cannot do that, I don't see the risk on using thermal detonators or blaster to the face. They will just shake it off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. This was pretty cool.
Yeah,
This was pretty.
actually, it is. It is an homage to older stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a design aesthetic that I'm used to in Star Wars from episode 4 to episode 3. Every and I mean chronologically that's the order. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to that kind of aesthetic. I'm used to the George Lucas pushing to something bigger, something more exciting.
We've got a lot of ground to cover if we are to keep this empire.
I'm sorry. That
Yeah.
was not supposed to be.
Uh, it
Go
was
ahead.
that, George Lucas was pressing to get something more exciting and something that was with the aesthetic of his movies.
Well, Lucas is all over this episode. He's all his fingerprints are
Was
all
he?
over this. But really fast, Palace Plane. Thank you for the 100 Norwegian kronos. The author Robert A. Heinlein, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, had a science fiction book with the name Stranger in a Strange Land. Publication date 1961. Yes, Clobber and Times brought this up as well. I'm going to do a little research. I want to find out if this was a direct homage um, to this gentleman and his book, Stranger in a Strange Land. Do you want to say anything about that?
Not really. Interesting that it exists and is from the 60s.
Yeah. Well, my feeling is that, and thank you again, Palace. Thank you so much to all you guys. And you know what? Let's play. What do you? Let's give him a little. Let's give him a little video, man.
Mhm.
Yeah. Gracias.
Oh.
Órale.
I was thinking because I
Yeah.
see the comment Lucas was all over this. I didn't see that much Lucas, and the
What are
Boga.
you talking about? What are you talking about, dude? In his dreams, they're alone. Attack the Clones, Camino, the shot of little Boba with Django's helmet on.
Yeah, that was Member Berries.
I don't care. That's Lucas. And if we're connected, I'm gonna do my research. I guarantee you, Stranger Strange Land is connected to Lucas. The Harryhausen is connected to Lucas. He's all over this, and I think it's great. I think it's great.
I'm thinking about the design of the Boga. You know what the Boga is?
Hmm.
Do you remember that cute lizard that Obi-Wan Kenobi was riding on episode 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that lizard is exactly what I mean when I say Lucas was forcing people to go on any direction, and he was supervising that was feeling like a Star Wars
Mm-hmm.
and at the same time being completely different. So the Boga is completely out of nowhere. It's a lizard that Obi-Wan rides and goes like, ooh?
T-shirted. That's great reference. I'm wondering what was the connection with Lucas and Rodriguez. If this was a homage, Jesus Christ story in the far future. Rodriguez honors what comes before. For example, Predators had so many references to the original, even though it had its own spin on the story. I loved Predators, and Scipio had said earlier that I'm blinded by my love for Rodriguez. It's for me. It's all in the pudding, my friend. He's been excellent for decades now. El Mariachi, Desperado, Dust Till Dawn, Spy Kids, Sin City, and Alita. So it's I don't think there's much argument there that I'm
Yeah, this feels like a Spy Kids. Now that you say it, there's a lot of Spy Kids here. It's like Rodriguez wanted to do something for kids.
Well, he's done it already, right? And so he's got to see where he can push the envelope. I was doing research for Being the Ricardos and Desi Arnaz.
Mm-hmm.
And Desi Arnaz was a master at when he had to conform to CBS's standards, but he was always pushing how far he can resist and get away with. And when you're working, and it's not, and what culture says, it's not just in, the Disney box, but it's a box from Hollywood, right? So Rodriguez has always had one foot in and one foot out. So it almost makes him the perfect person for this. Yes, we want it to be edgier. We want I want all the things you guys want. But what we're getting, I think, what I'm seeing is, in his own way, a great Star Wars story that is unfortunately owned by Disney, and that's just the way it is right now.
I just gonna say, yeah, it feels like he's trying to tread on Spy Kids, on Shark Boy and Lava Girl because he cannot do anything else. So
Well,
he's stuck on that.
I think within the restraints you can do a lot. That's what I'm saying. I think with the box they've put on him, he is doing as much as he can to kick ass. Latino Slant, Rodriguez to me has some of the mystique surrounding his work, like Tarantino, meaning like that when he makes something you want to take notice and watch, he's unique. Well, he's a director that anytime he does something, it's an event. It's become now an event. Daryl the Derelict. I think the pit that most Espo is in was the pod racing starting point. What do you think?
Yep.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. What do you think?
Yeah, the constructions work out. There was some geological formations that I can see that. I can see it being Mosespa. That, yeah. Maybe,
The show needs Salma dancing in the snake.
yep.
Uh,
Exactly. They had Twi'leks. They were fully clothed. They look like decent people. Twi'leks are not like that.
I want to get into this because there was a thread that was going on yesterday, and I'm not going to name any names, but they were taking this title literally, saying, "Well, Boba Fett knows Tatooine. Why is he a stranger in a strange land?" And I was like, "No, that's obvious." You know, for me, what makes this title brilliant and what makes the beginning of the story interesting, potentially brilliant, is he is a stranger to his past, with his dreams, with his his upbringing, and he's not Boba Fett anymore. As you know, as far as immediately out of the Sarlacc pit, he's a slave. It's like, to me, it was very much Pablo, Gladiator, when he becomes a slave, right? It was that was really cool because he comes back to Rome as the gladiator. It's like a stranger in a strange land, but he did the strange land, but he also comes back. So you can take it literally, and you can take it on another level. And that's what I saw. What was going on with Boba, and he finally breaks his bonds and gets his freedom from the Tusken Raider. You know, the chief there, but he's really a stranger in that strange land. It takes on different levels. He's a stranger with these Tusken people, this tribe. You know what the hell's going on. He's a stranger with it, with the dreams of his past. He's like, I'm having more dreams. You know, they mentioned that. I think that's fantastic. Then he's a stranger as the crime lord in this strange. Yes, he's been there before, but not as a crime lord. So everything's new and different for him. So for me, the dreams, the conflict, that's one of my things I loved most about this first chapter, Pablo.
I can see Boba Fett being tamed by being a slave, but he should have been a slave for more time, because he tries to escape once, he gets hit by kids, and that's it. He's a changed man. does life works that way? Because he needs actual humiliation, he needs pain to go through that transformation. And I think the title was about his part on the tribe. He was with the Tuscans. He is a stranger on a stranger land. He is literally that. He is someone that
Right.
is
What I'm
not
saying
part
is
of
that you
that
can
culture
take it
or anything.
what I'm saying is that it's literal and
Mhm.
figurative at the same time. That's what I'm saying. Literal in the sense, Tuscans, crime lord. Figurative, his past, his conflicts, his dreams, and just being within his own body is different now because he's just all jacked up. I'm telling you, I think that there's something there with his illness and all this stuff. I find it fascinating.
I found that curious. It was like, why is he ill?
Mhm.
Ill of what? Maybe the Sarlacc pit, because the Sarlacc has an embalming fluid that
Mhm.
keeps you alive for 1,000 years. But he was armored, so
Yeah, I think
mm,
I might be. I don't think I'm reaching. And again, we
mhm.
only gotten this one episode, but um, yeah, it's a I think it's a great first step, man.
I don't see it
And
like a, yeah.
yeah,
It's
go ahead.
not a great first step. It's like a first stumble. They can recover from this. The
Mm-hmm.
thing is, they can actually recover if they pay
Mm-hmm.
more attention to a lot of details and they stick more to Star Wars, because this show is about Boba Fett, because they want to get the old fans back. They want the fans that will go and do something like this, getting a tattoo or spending a lot of money on toys. They
Yeah,
want those fans back.
this was brought. Well, I think I think the fans are back, but that's a whole nother argument.
I'm not seeing
Um,
that.
well, you see it in the sales for Carano's character and Baby
Yeah,
Yoda.
because she was really popular, but
I know. That's what I'm
Carano's
trying. That's
yeah, Cara Dune was
everywhere.
sold better than the Mandalorian.
People that are not in the community, that don't know the politics of everything that's going on, they everyone has a Baby Yoda or a Yoda T-shirt or figure or pillow. It's huge. That's what I'm saying. Boba did suffer from illness and cancer shortly after escaping the Sarlacc pit in the EU. I heard that.
Yeah,
I mean, he looked horrible when he came out, and the Jawas, and they took his
yeah, the
armor off.
skin wrinkly. That's why I'm saying maybe it's the same. It's the fluids from the Sarlacc that
Yeah, yeah. And he looked really good when they took him when he came out of the
out the
tank
Bata
the
pot.
first time,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, there was not wrinkle. The skin was
Mm-hmm.
better. He had no longer the scar on the face and everything.
I agree with Paulie about being first. Also agree with Pablo about it not being a good start. Hopefully it'll turn it around. Next episode we'll wait and see. Yeah. The Seaman, I hope that episode 2 picks things up more. Not a fan of too many flashbacks. You got it, yeah. It was heavy on the flashback. I mean, you could almost say it was more the story was more set in the
Mhm.
past than it was in the present, because the whole thing with Sarlacc, escaping the Sarlacc, and then the whole thing with the Tuscan tribe.
Mhm. In The Mandalorian, I like the flashbacks. I like how they use them. On the sequel trilogy, they use flashbacks like they didn't knew what they were doing. Literally, that flashback
Mm-hmm,
with Luke and Leia training and everything was terrible. But on The Mandalorian, the flashbacks of Din Djarin being saved by the Mandalorians and being taken when he was about to die on a droid raid,
mm-hmm,
those flashbacks were great.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm,
they know how to do flashbacks.
mm-hmm.
This flashback felt more like the sequel trilogy than The Mandalorian to me.
Yeah, and going back to that Rogue Disney, Polly, in terms of fan retention of new fans, most park goers, at least I see, don't really care about Star Wars. Really, they just like Baby Yoda. This will
Mhm.
need that hook, possibly, I hope, Baby Wookie. Yeah, yeah,
They had
yeah.
that. On Clone Wars, they had John Wookie. He was a Padawan.
Mhm,
Actually, he gets his lightsaber on one of the episodes. And
mhm,
also, Baby Yoda, right now, at least here in Ecuador, is one of the most resold figures from Star Wars.
mhm.
Uh, Used is really available cheap. So people are not retaining the collection. They bought it, but they are selling it.
Well, we'll see how this this season, this new show progresses. What we could say, we're all interested because we're all here, and I can tell you that all my Boba Fett and Robert Rodriguez coverage has gotten the channel the most views, all new subscribers. I've been visiting other Star Wars channels and pages. It's it's very talked about. So we'll see. Um, I'm hopeful. I'm more hopeful than pessimistic. Good. That's good to be like that, anyways. Guys, give us a baby hut.
It's already there on the Clone Wars. You can see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it was like really CGI. It wasn't, it would be
Because
interesting. It would be interesting to see
it's
how
a
they do it
CGI
now. How,
series.
like, because things have improved.
Mhm.
I do love me some Baby Yoda. Hey, Katina. Hello. Darth Scipio, bottom line, the Mando looks in great shape, while Boba, Tamora Morrison, looks like an old, fat, and out of shape bounty hunter.
He
Um,
actually got a lot of weight for this, not
mm-hmm,
on fat, but he's bulky. He's really bulky.
mm-hmm. Um, yeah, I mean, that was really evident in Mando, right?
The the Boba
That Boba
Butt.
was really like kind of like he was haggard.
Yeah,
And maybe because they had to show so many flashbacks, Tamora the actor had to get back in shape a little bit.
it was all that Sarlacc.
Mm-hmm.
Tasty, tasty, tasty Sarlacc.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny. Any final thoughts, Pablo?
Yeah, I think that they can actually go somewhere with this, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how they are doing it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, you have potential, but Boba Fett had potential from the very beginning because he's a mysterious character. People want to know more about him, so it is changing. It. By the way, you are still on screen.
Oh, thank you.
That's how you dox yourself, man. But
Well, I
yeah,
mean,
it's ah,
I was checking to see if Conkle was available to join us,
yeah.
but
It's
yeah.
like they have potential, but Boba Fett always had potential because he's a character that people are interested in without
Mm-hmm.
him being big. He has a couple of lines on episode 5. Then he's mute for episode 6, and he
Mm-hmm.
dies with a stick. He literally gets hit by a stick, and the jetpack goes to the Sarlacc. So even though he was a misused character that nobody know anything about him, he was one of the most popular characters. There's that potential. You need to exploit it like they did on Dark Horse Comics or they did on the books, but you need to do it right. If not, people will just go away. Did Fred Sarlacc. Yep. How did he gain weight by going out of the Sarlacc? He ate the Sarlacc. There's no other explanation.
And listen, and also too, I'm not blind. I'm not, the old Boba Fett, the OG Boba Fett from the Star Wars movies. I mean, there's just no comparison.
Yeah.
Um, maybe we'll see him turn it on. You know, but yeah, hopefully he won't. They're already calling him Beta Fett.
I can see that. He was
you know,
too peaceful for being Boba Fett. He was a guy
Mhm.
that disintegrated bounties.
So you think this is a problem? Too much FaceTime is a problem for Boba Fett, not
Yes,
Iron Man.
Boba Fett need to have his face covered all the time, and I mean all the time.
Yeah.
You need that recognition from the figures. You need that recognition from the images on the movies, and
Mm.
his face is not that. The helmet is that. So use the helmet. Bring people through the helmet.
Yeah, the only thing is that you're dealing with actors, and this particular one is rather striking looking. He's already kind of like he's got a mean look, a great look. So they want to take advantage of that as well. Um,
Have you noticed that the Mandalorian was more popular while people didn't knew the face of Pedro Pascal?
yeah, and I always thought this too when I was little, that Boba's helmet was his real face. Like,
Yeah, it takes away when you take the helmet. It
Mhm.
takes away the mysticism of the character.
I don't deny that. I don't deny that. But this is what we're stuck with, and this is what we're working with, or what they're working with to entertain us. So let's see. Why don't we meet up again next week, Pablo, and
Yeah.
we'll check out episode 2. Let me just really fast. I want to check out if episode 2 has been announced as far as title. But go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, Miles Morales and Peter Parker are asking to get out of the house. So
What?
my dogs are Miles Morales and Peter Parker.
Oh, gotcha. Well, we'll wrap it up right now.
Yeah.
I want to thank you for coming on. I just want to check real fast if there's been any mention of.
When are we gonna get some metrics from Disney about this? Because with the Mandalorian, they were quick to give metrics because it was a kind of
Mhm.
popular show. But with this, they are radio silent.
Well, it's pretty new, but I'm definitely want to look for those numbers. I disagree about Fett needing always to be masked prior to the prequels. I would have agreed, but prequels already established a story that tore that down.
I like his origin on the prequels,
Mhm.
to be honest. Like, yeah, he got his father head chopped off by Samuel L. Jackson. That's a reason to become a bounty hunter.
I don't have a title yet for chapter 2. But I only looked at IMDb. So, but we'll keep you guys abreast, man. We're gonna keep it going. You know, yeah, they really don't. They really don't.
Yeah,
You know,
I know that.
and that's
But then
and depending
again,
on the actor too, the contract that they signed. I mean, they literally will have it in their contract. So many.
what?
This is so much. This is so much
Mhm.
time that I can be masked, but I need this much time
Mhm.
on screen with my face.
What is one of the most memorable characters on cinema from all time? Vader. Vader had his helmet taken off once, and the end of episode 6.
Hmm.
All the rest of the time, he was on his helmet, and that's why he is so memorable. Because you don't see the face, you see the emotions, you see the wrath, you see the pain, you see the sorrow.
Hmm.
In that scene when he is talking with Luke before going to the Death Star to see the Emperor, and you can see his sadness and like he's thinking about what Luke is saying.
Hmm.
Like, you can go back to the light side, come with me, we can do this. And you can see the sorrow and the conflict on Vader. You can do that through a mask. And if you can do that through a mask, you are a genius as an actor. Nobody will ever forget your name. But if you cannot do that, if you need to take the helmet off, then you are just a regular actor. People will forget you. That's all.
But they already started deconstructing that when they introduced Anakin Skywalker, right?
He is previous to be Vader. So Vader is the transformation. Vader is like the shadow that's left after Anakin dies.
Mm-hmm.
And you see that a small bit of hope, a small bit of light on Vader, but he's fully covered. He's no longer Anakin Skywalker. He's Vader.
Okay, so there is a episode 2 promo trailer that
Mhm.
came out yesterday. Let's take a look at that and take out. Do you got to take off?
No,
Okay, all right. Let
don't
me
worry.
let's share that and then we'll wrap it up. 34
Mhm.
people here. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. Make sure you're subscribed to everyone here. Midnight's Edge Espanol, Pablo, and myself. I don't know if 6 is left, if I have a wrench in the chat, but we're going to take a look at what is called promo trailer of episode 2.
The episode names are not listed on IMDb.
No, they're not.
Weird.
Well, it's part of the mystery. Okay, so let's go back.
Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect.
In difficult times, fear is a sure bet. These are
That was
shut.
episode 1.
They're going to war.
Then we will be ready. What prevents us all from killing you? Why speak of conflict when cooperation can make us all rich? I am not a bounty hunter. I'm the Grand Lord now.
He was a king. He was not a crime lord. He was a king on the EU.
Okay, so the only thing I'm really seeing new here is there's more footage of him from the past.
Mhm.
Right here. So I don't even know if this is even going to be in it. But there maybe this is after he's left the Tuscan people, but some people are getting beat up.
Yeah, it's the jumpsuit. He has the exact same holes and everything, so it gotta be after he left the Tuscan Riders.
Right. So we might be in for more flashbacks, which, and of course, this is a great shot of that. That looks like that gang that left. That might be in the past.
That was the first episode. All these
Right.
scenes are from the first episode.
No,
Even
they didn't
this.
show this shot though. They didn't show that shot. They didn't
No,
show
that one, yeah, is the fight.
No, not the fight. The guys on the speeders here.
Oh, those guys? No, it was not on the first episode. That's from another point. Also, that fight where he's blasting everyone. Yeah, that one. That's Boba Fett. He's blasting
Yeah.
everyone. That's what Boba Fett does.
Well, I would really love to see story-wise what is going on here. Right?
Hmm.
That's great. So who did he blow up?
That's the kind of blade that I used to use. Interesting. I don't think many people wear blades on their belts. It was useful on biology.
All this was from one, so there's not really a lot of new stuff here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a shine. No bueno. But we got a super remove. Palace Plane comes in for another 100. Why did I take myself out? Norwegian Kronos. Latinos, I'm thinking of shoveling snow. Snow is cold, bitter, bitter cold. Snow is bitter cold. The Star Wars Snow Planet Hoth was filmed in Norway.
I can see.
Oh, my friend, I hope you're literally not doing this right now, or if you're playing off the words, I hate sand. Sand gets everywhere. But if you have to shovel snow, use your legs, not just your back.
Snow is superior to sand in one way. If it gets into your crevices, it will melt. You have water on your crevices. No problem. Sand, as Anakin say, is coarse. It gets everywhere.
Right. Now this is my biggest fear is that the storytelling will get bogged down in
New
flashbacks.
beta
Just
phase.
so you guys
Yeah.
know, I'm not dumb here.
They need to go forward. If they want
Mhm.
to do something, they need to go forward.
They show him like, killing fools for like messing with his friends or something. I don't,
Mhm.
that would be cool. Red Snow, that's another matter. Yikes.
Don't need the yellow snow.
Can I see if Wastewind is returning or is he dead?
He's dead. Samuel L. Jackson returning to Star Wars. Maybe with all
Mhm.
the stuff that he's doing with Disney, they can
Mm-hmm.
coerce him to get him back, but I don't see that happening. He wasn't even interested on being on Agents of Shield. The only reason why he was on an episode is because they threw a lot of money on his way. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't see Windu returning.
No, I'm just checking. I know there's
Mhm.
like bots in the
Oh
chat,
yeah.
and I don't have a mod helping me out.
Hey, wanna wrench me? I can take him out.
No. I'm gonna rent. Yeah, I'll wrench you and Daryl. The derelict. If I can. Is he still here? No. Yeah, he is. Brother, if you have a minute to help out, I'm gonna make you a moderator, and then you have to say something in the chat. You need a wrench for the bots. Yeah, I do, Sherry. Hi, Sherry. Okay, t-shirted. All right, we got 2 there. There you go. Thank you,
Yeah.
t-shirted.
Okay.
Okay, and wait. Oh, and thank you again, moderator. All right. It's been a great talk. Thank you guys, everyone. So what were you saying? I got bogged down with that stuff.
Nah, I just want to see this get better. If this is a Boba Fett series, I'm kinda not feeling it. I need something else. I don't want to keep retreating. We want dinosaurs because that was we saw on the High Republic board that they
Yeah.
had feelings and dinosaurs and all that, and it's just that. It feels
No
like a
war.
generic version of what they want Star Wars to be instead of Star Wars. That was I was saying it's 25% different because it feels different enough to not be a Star Wars. They could actually launch it as a different franchise, and nobody will know that is a Star Wars ripoff because this feels like a Star Wars ripoff, not like a Star Wars to me. And they need to connect with Star Wars to sell me Star Wars. I want to buy toys. I want to have the posters. I want to do all the things that I can do, get into the services, buy the video games. And this is not motivating me to do that. So it doesn't feel like a Star Wars. Star Wars made me want to spend money. This doesn't. So it's complicated, man. I don't think that they can pull it off completely, but they could do something interesting. Just bring it.
And Palace Plane comes in for another 100 Norwegian kronos. Thank you so much. Boba Fett appeared first time in Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back. Snow Planet Hoth was filmed in Norway. Yeah, God, what an appearance, man. I mean, thank you, Sherry. I don't know if you're leaving. That's probably one of the greatest appearances. That's why he was so amazing was what Boba Fett did in the original. I mean, I don't think they ruined it when they gave him more. in the remake? What do you think?
Um, in the special editions, he was on that scene on the back on Jabba's palace on episode 4,
Mm-hmm.
the one where Harrison Ford hovers on the tail of Jabba for some reason. Uh, I don't know. Boba Fett for me was that mysterious character that I wanted to know, but is the kind of guy that you see in a party and you are, should I get in trouble? Should I talk to him? But he
Mm-hmm.
looks dope though. I just don't want to mess my life. He's he has that feeling, that pull that is kinda dangerous, kinda abnormal on the whole situation, and you're like, shit is going down with him. I want to see what's going down. And know that we have an opportunity to see what's going down is nothing. He's being carried around by Ming-Na Wen. She's great. She's a great actress. I just want to see a real
Mm-hmm.
Boba Fett, a guy that pulls me into an adventure, even though I don't want to. So I don't know if can they pull it off. Chad, do you think they can pull it off?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, I've been touting that, Rodriguez is going to save Star Wars. I think this is a good first step. I still believe in that. Call me crazy, but that's all right.
Okay, crazy.
What do you guys think in the chat? This has become a movement here. I love it. Definitely people have their opinions on both sides because, Boba Fett is so popular.
Is
Call me
this
crazy.
popular?
Mm-hmm. I'm looking to see if there's any TV ratings that have been released.
On Rotten Tomatoes? I don't think so. Up to yesterday, at least, it
Mhm.
was not on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, I'm looking through DuckDuckGo
Huh?
to see if anything has been, any of the beans have been spilled.
No, they actually have already reviews for the Book of Boba Fett. Is on 83% for reviewers and is on 75% on the public. So the
Yeah,
public is
no.
kind of, nah, it's not that great, and the reviewers are like, it's almost great. 83 is like, it's almost great. I will say is on a 60, I will see it being exactly right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they can go to a 9. Just do it. Just let Rodriguez do what Rodriguez does best. Being over the top crazy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love Rodriguez. This is why I was so excited for the series. Maybe my expectations were too high. Same here, Andrew. I have high expectations from Rodriguez, especially as you should from great creators, great directors. Especially when they go on record to say we're going to blow your mind away.
I was not blown away.
Well, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. That's why I said it's a great for me. You're saying it's a stumble. I say it's a step in the right direction. But I'm listen. Listen, I listen. If I'm wrong, we will have Paulie was wrong live stream.
I will design the t-shirt.
There you go. But I expect Rodriguez to come through. He's come through in the past, and he is a fan of Star Wars. Like, he's but Jesus, man. Okay, Grifter Von White. I don't know, Polly. Is it true they're going to make Aoki a lesbian?
Okoye, a lesbian.
Okoye. Who's
On
Okoye?
Marvel? Okoye is from the MCU.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, she is the guard
I don't want to.
of the king. She's Adora Malaje.
Let's stick to Book of Boba Fett today, Grifter. I almost thought that read Ahsoka. I was like, what?
Hey, Okoye is great with spears. I don't see her being great with scissors, but it can happen.
Well, this is I'm getting from a lot of people. 3 episodes, they can give a
Mhm.
real opinion.
Yeah,
And that
it's a
is not a bad way to go.
it's a 3 episode
KK's got to
episode.
go, and they need a smash hit. You are not wrong, Mark. You are not wrong. Do you think Trejo has a cameo, or is he just being coy when asked?
Also Snoop Dogg. Also Snoop Dogg.
Trejo was really giddy when we talked about Rodriguez. Remember
Mhm.
when we were interviewing him, guys? I should
He was
pull some of
tiptoeing.
that. I'm gonna pull. You know what? I'm gonna pull some of that today for you guys. We'll get a. Let me get that up tomorrow morning for you guys. That would be great. That would be great. Ken Jack Ben, hello. There will never be a Star Wars version of El Mariachi. It's never going to happen because Disney owns it. If there any studio, it would be a possibility that they would listen to that. Oh God, I hope you're wrong.
Dude, Rodriguez in Star Wars being bloody, being over the top, being crazy, having a lot of, well, not
Yeah.
nudity, but at least sexy Twi'leks. We had sexy Twi'leks on the movies. Why don't we have them on the series? You know, that's Rodriguez could go crazy in this, but he's so tight up, so cornered on this that I don't feel that explosion for me was the most Rodriguez thing, but in Star Wars didn't go well. But he has done some crazy fight scenes. And if you take something like Once Upon a Time on Mexico and do it on Star Wars, you have gold.
Trejo better not be an alien. I want to see his face in Star Wars. Yes.
He will have a carnitas stand on the middle of Tatooine.
Maybe he's gonna have the Sarlacc taco stand.
Trejo Sarlacc.
Oh my God. Wow.
I want that logo. Give me that logo. I want to see how Trejo Sarlacc will be.
Wow. Let me see. I'm seeing so yeah, people are definitely calling this a slow burn first episode.
In a slow burn, at the end you should be burned. Just saying.
It's
If
a great
not,
end.
it's just
That was a
slow
great
heat.
ending. That was a great ending, bro. Okay,
It was
maybe
a warm
not.
blanket
What's that?
at the best. I'm just saying, the end was just a warm blanket. It was not.
Damn,
hot
you guys are
enough.
tough.
And Trejo as an alien, I can see that. Actually, I can see that. There's a couple of species that Trejo will be crazy on as a Twi'lek. That will be.
So what
I
would
will
his
see
line
that.
be? What would the Trejo line be in Star Wars? Give us guys your best Trejo line in Star Wars. I am looking at this story.
Stormtroopers can do stuff now.
Stupid.
Well, technically, they are unemployed. All the stormtroopers are unemployed now.
Yeah.
Are there severance packages from the Empire if the Empire stops working? Just asking. There's a lot of people that will go home empty-handed. The New Republic,
Here we go.
it's an
I'm gonna
economy.
do. I'll do my best artist actor here. Better not be taking my spear. Anything else?
No, I'm
Day
just
labor
thinking of-
stormtrooper. No. Oh, dude, what if Trejo's related to Boba Fett?
If he's a Mandalorian, okay, him on an armor without taking the helmet off, speaking as a Mandalorian, and you just without the distortion, they can leave the distortion out for him and use his voice out of the helmet. That would be hilarious.
This Lando Calrissian must die.
You don't spit on a helmet. I have tried it. It doesn't work.
Oh, you guys have been awesome, man. You guys have been awesome. Trejo Mandalorian would be epic.
Yeah, exactly. It will be epic. And you don't need to show his face. You have him with a Mandalorian machete on his belt. You need to be classy on that kind of cameos. Just he is with a machete on his belt, face covered, and with a scar on the helmet.
Rodriguez loves Trejo too much not to put him in somewhere, and Trejo's line would be, "¿Quieres un taco de Sarlacc?"
Étale, güey.
That's funny. Uncle Machete Fett.
Mandochete.
Mando Chete. No, you got to give him something to do. It can't be like in disguise. I mean, if he was the Tuscan chief, but we know it's Danny Trejo, that would have been cool. But
The Toscans were off, man. The female should have all the scaly.
I mean, I didn't notice that they. It didn't. I didn't notice that she was a chick until it was pointed out to me. You know,
I have done female Tuscan cosplays, and from the beginning is a soldering helmet, soldering mask with a couple of kinda scales that are fit with wire, and then on the inside you have these. Do you remember the attires on Hook, on the movie Hook about Peter Pan? The attires from Rufio and all. It's kind of that. Is that same cloth, but on a grayish beige color and with a lot of fitting, and I don't know how to say cuentas on English. You know, the beads that you do colors and everything with. Yeah, those are part of the tire. So you have, I will show you female Tuscan, because I did that cosplay. And yeah, this is it. Okay, let me share the screen.
Yep.
So I was off by it not being there. There. It's a soldering mask with scales, basically.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this is a female Tuscan, and they didn't have that. So I felt like, oh, don't waste the opportunity, man. It's just don't waste the opportunity. You can show the attires of a culture that is incredible on Star Wars. And at that point, you will have, if they haven't said anything about that crate, he might be already with the Tuscans. He might be trying to get as the leader of the Tuscans. So you can have Dark Crate at the end. And Dark Crate is a great character. He was default to basically 3 generations. And yes, Tuscan can do stuff now.
R to the Icky. I feel like Pablo has written some female Tuscan Raider fan fiction.
No, I did the cosplay. I built a full cosplay of that.
R2, what did you think of the episode? I don't know if you've already said it earlier on. We're gonna wrap it up, but I'd like to know what you thought. Hola, Paulie. ¿Cómo estás, hermano? Star Wars Theology is here. Hey. We're good. We're good. I'm obviously enjoyed it more than Pablo. I think we can say our little debate wasn't too heated. We got into it a little bit. Things that you hated, the things that I liked. You're wrong about the song. 100%. 100%.
Mr. MH, Dark Crate was really badass. And
you see how he ignored what I said? Pablo's ignoring what I said because he knows he's wrong about that. He knows. I didn't love it, but I liked it. I wanted to see where it goes. 7.5 so far.
I
Star
think
Wars
most people
theology.
love-
Star Wars theology. What did you think of episode 1? And we just got another 100 Norwegian kronos from Palace Plain. Thank you so much. Muchísimas gracias. Latinos, I love the passion, the food, the sensuality, the women of all from Spain, Portugal to Antarctica, and the U.S. American South. Oh, buddy. What can we play for you?
I will say, if you don't know any Argentinian woman,
Mm,
Venezuelan woman, Colombian
mm,
woman, or Ecuadorian woman,
mm-hmm,
treat yourself, man.
mm-hmm.
You deserve it.
You know, Latina women are so passionate, even when they're older ladies, they still can dance. And let me play this for you.
And they can still yell
Yeah,
like
here we
no
go.
other.
I don't know what happened there. Was the connectivity bad?
No, it worked.
Okay. All right. Yeah. This episode is sponsored by Palace Plain. And really, no kidding. Muchísimas gracias. What I love about that lady is she has a big fat cigar the whole time she's dancing. Cuban women, man. Cubanos, man.
My dad was a trovador. I grew in bars, so I have seen ladies like that all my life. I love them.
Mhm. And you know, we're also, we don't mind being a little toxic here. So let's pull up a little Salma Hayek for Palace.
Nice.
You know, why not, right? Why not? Actually, let's just. Let me see.
Oh, by the way, Star Wars Theology says that he is at 7.5, so I have seen a lot of 7.5. I feel like people are not that into it, but at least they like it enough to watch the next episode. So that might be good for the series. At least they will have Returnal.
I'm 7.5 out of 10 because of the length. Otherwise, I like the episode. Cool. All right. The Metalorian is here. Hail, Polly. Guest panelist. Hail, chat. Hail, Felix. Hail, Daryl. Hey there, Metalorian. Metalorian, what did you think of the first episode? I don't know if you were able to give us your score. And thank you, Darth Palace Plain. Let's show a little Salma, because we all need a little Salma in our lives. And maybe Rodriguez hasn't given us all his brilliance yet. And maybe he's found a role for Salma. And I think here Salma is getting ready for her Book of Boba Fett appearance. What do you guys think? Are you guys with me in this?
She has a great personality. Hey, it's big. So big that doesn't fit on her shirt.
Wow. But you know,
Duelix Salma. Yes, I want that.
yeah. I mean, you know, Jennifer Beals is a pretty lady. What a great smile. What smile.
Hey, her heart is so big that it needs two places to be at once, out of her chest.
Oh my God. That's funny, man. Okay, all right.
I'm a Latino male. What can I
Yeah.
say?
Absolutely. All right. Well, this has been a. Did I read? Yeah, I got all of Palace's. Okay, good. Well, Paulo, this has been great, man. Let's do it next week.
Yeah, man.
I want everyone to take care. I want everyone to have an incredible New Year's Eve, an incredible New Year's Day. And we'll be around. I'll put up that Danny Trejo video clip tomorrow where I asked him about Robert Rodriguez. That is going to be really good. Anything else, Pablo?
Feliz Año Nuevo.
Feliz Año Nuevo. And if you're a member of the channel, you will see yourself on closing credits, except for 6. I got to update
Soon.
soon.